Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I will be doing a top 10 greatest villains list, or who I think are the top 10 greatest or biggest villains. Yesterday I did a top 10 greatest heroes list, and yeah, this is just not limited to American comics. This one will also contain like manga comics, or like one or two from a manga comic, or I think that's how you pronounce it, manga. And the reason is because I don't, I don't think we should exclude, mangas from this list. So yeah, so let's get rolling. Um, yeah, so we'll start off with some honorable mentions. First one will be Rhino, Vulture, Bane, Doctor Octopus, Bizzaro, and Chris from The Walking Dead, which was the hunter, the leader of the hunters. Hunters. Yeah, sorry, I'm talking weird. I have my retainers on, and yeah, that's why I'm talking a bit weird. So but whatever. So number 10 is Shredder from the TMNT comics. His first appearance was in XMen and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1. He's real name is Roku Saki. He's the like one of the founding members of the Foot Clan. And yeah, I really like him. He was in the '80s cartoons, which I actually do have the DVDs too. Some of them, seasons 1, 3, 8, 9, 8, 9, and 10. You know, he's actually one of the main antagonists. One that came repetitively. So he was pretty cool. It's funny because he was actually defeated in the first issue, but he always came back, and tried to take over the world, and I really liked him. And also like how he really didn't really take shit from anybody, not even Krang, to an extent. So he was pretty cool. Um, okay, number 9 will be the Governor. He was introduced in Walking Dead #27. He's a pretty iconic antagonist for The Walking Dead. He cut off Rick's hand. He's straight up evil. He's sadistic. He did like 2 assaults in prison, and he's pretty creepy at the same time because he's got like that zombified niece. Most believe it to be the daughter in the comics, but it's actually the niece. If you read the books, the novels that come along, yeah, it's actually revealed it's the niece. I like him because he's sadistic and straight up evil. And I also like him more now with the TV show, and I think David Norris does a fantastic job at portraying a governor. So yeah, number 8 will be Venom. Venom from Amazing Spider-Man 252. That was his first appearance. He's pretty cool. He's part symbiote, and yeah, and he's been played by, like his alter ego has been many people. It's been Peter Parker, Flash Thompson, Eddie Brock, and they've all been Venom. He is one of Spider-Man's villains. For his symbiote, he's pretty intelligent. I think that's due to the persona he feeds off. And he was portrayed decently in the movies. It wasn't the best, but he was portrayed decently in the movies. So pretty cool. Number 7. If for you guys who have watched my channel, you guys will know that Carnage is one of my favorite villains of all time. I put him in number 7 because I do believe there are better villains, but he's still gonna be on this list. Carnage, he appeared on Amazing Spider-Man 354. I mean 344. You know, his like alter ego or other persona is Cletus Cassidy. You know, he's also part symbiote like Venom. So yeah, and I also like it because he too is pretty intelligent, and also like some of his storylines. One of my favorite storylines is Maximum Carnage. You know, I believe he is incredible. You know, and I just wish we could see Carnage in a Spider-Man movie. We were like this close to get it, but you know, Spider-Man 4 never happened, and we got Amazing Spider-Man the reboot, which was pretty good all of in itself. So you know. But I still have to see him someday in the big screen. So yeah. Okay. So number 6 we have Red Skull, who was introduced in Captain America comics number 17. He's basically a Nazi agent. Agent. He's one of the main villains for Captain America, and he's evil. He's a bit sadistic. He's also intelligent. He doesn't take shit from most people, and he also doesn't really have a problem killing anyone, right? And I think in the movies he was portrayed brilliantly. I don't know the actor's name, but I believe that actor did a pretty good job in portraying Red Skull. So yeah, now we're up to the top 5. And number 5, we have Negan from The Walking Dead. Um, he was introduced in the landmark issue Walking Dead 100. He's pretty an iconic villain more than a governor. He killed Glenn. You know, he's the leader of saviors. I mean, he's not really sadistic to an extent. I mean, he is, but to an extent, and he's not really that evil. I mean, there are glimpses, of him having a heart, because I believe he's cried once, and he's talked to Carl one or two times, and I think it was in the first one, that, you can see he did have a heart. Some people speculate he might be bipolar, which would, make sense because he's also unpredictable, which is what I like about him. For the All Out War, storyline is gonna be coming up soon. That'll be interesting to see. I mean, will he die? Likely, but whatever. He's pretty cool. I mean, he killed Glenn. I mean, he's probably killed others, but whatever. And also like it's not straight up evil like the governor. Not evil to be evil, just evil because of a possible mental disorder, or just to survive. I mean, both of them are evil to survive, but he seems to at least have a heart, unlike the governor. So yeah, at number 4, we have Magneto. He was introduced in X-Men X-Men number 1. I was actually thinking of putting him on the hero side at times, and then sometimes in the villain side, because he's got like an on and off again relationship with the X-Men and his moral compass overall, which I like about him. He is a Holocaust survivor, and I like how he really just does what he thinks in his heart is good for his followers or his kind, like the mutants. He does have some misguided attention, which may have to do with his moral compass, but whatever. I like how he was portrayed by, I think it was Fisher. I forgot his first name in First Class, and then I forgot the actor. But in the X-Men movies, I just like how he's been portrayed in the X-Men movies. I just don't like that he's been like one of the central villains all this time. But I do like that we're gonna have the Sentinels in the one that's coming out next year, and then we had Sebastian Shaw in First Class. Trying to get some variants, and then we'll have Apocalypse in 2016. So, or it may have Apocalypse in 2016. So that'd be interesting to see. But that's one thing I don't like. It's been the central villain for each X-Men movie, but besides that, it's been pretty cool to have him around. So yeah, now number 3 is Doomsday. For those who don't know who Doomsday is, he was introduced in Superman, Man of Steel, number 17. He's basically the only known person, to my knowledge, who has killed Superman. And granted, it was a temporary kill, but he still managed to kill Superman. And he was also powerful enough to, take over Justice League. So, he was pretty cool. I mean, he looked pretty cool too. So his artwork, especially in, you know, you know, the death of Superman storyline was pretty cool. So yeah. Number 2 is Green Goblin, introduced in Amazing Spider-Man number 14. I mean, he's pretty cool. He has a pretty cool outfit. The metal, green outfit, and then he's got like that funny goblin mask. I mean, granted, Green Goblin, but I like it, better in his costume in the movie than in the comics, cause especially in the face. But it's still portrayed awesomely in the comics. I like how it's portrayed in the movies. Yeah, yes, and I also like his weapons. I mean, it's funny because he resembled bats, ghost, and like jack-o'-lanterns or pumpkins or something like that. And they're pretty cool. So yeah, he does seem a bit sadistic at times, evil just to be evil, or I guess. Um, but at times he does seem to have a heart. But yeah, but granted, that is like Osborn, so whatever. Um, brain fart, brain fart, brain fart, brain fart, brain fart. I don't know. I have a brain fart right now. Headache. I don't even know what I'm thinking. I just have a huge brain fart right now. You might see. Whatever. Okay, I'm over it. Now, number 1, we have Joker, introduced in Batman number 1. I like him. He's sadistic. I like how he doesn't exactly kill Batman when he does have a chance. He is the main villain of Batman, I believe. But when he does kill others, he kills them with no problem. And I heard he's based off, I guess a movie character from the 40s, and the movie was The Man Who Laughs. I guess it was based off that antagonist. So whatever. I mean, I like him. He's pretty cool. He's sadistic. I also like his makeup. Um, Jack Nicholson, I believe, did a fantastic job, portraying him in the second film, Dark Knight. Was it Jack Nicholson? I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. So, when he was portrayed brilliantly in the movies. One of those things. I think, like about time he should have also, had his time on the big screen, which he did actually, like in the 60s and 70s. But besides that, Jack Nicholson portrayed him in '89. So what am I thinking of? I actually did watch that one too. So actually I did watch the '89 video, not video, but movie too. But the one in the Dark Knight, what was his name again? I'm trying to remember. I'm searching it up. Heath Ledger, because I watched both the one from '89, '90, and then I was both of them were fantastic movies, but whatever. He's pretty much of a badass. Doesn't take shit much from anybody. So yeah. And so to review over my list again, starting off with the honorable mentions, we've got Bizzaro, Dr. Octopus, Bane, Rhino, Vulture, and Chris from The Walking Dead, the one that was the Hunters. Then at number 10 we have Shredder. Number 9 is the Governor. 8 is Venom. 7 is Carnage. 6 is Red Skull. 5 is Negan from The Walking Dead, or the Governors from The Walking Dead. He was number 9. 4 is Magneto. 3 is Doomsday. 2 is Green Goblin, and 1 is Joker. So yeah, I will be putting down in the description below a link to my top 10, greatest heroes, or the ones I think are the greatest heroes. And yeah, if you're new around my channel, subscribe. I have other videos based on comics, and then The Walking Dead, and movie reviews, and other comic reviews. Share this video on Instagram, Facebook, Vine, MySpace, Twitter, or whatever you guys prefer. Tell your friends, families, and neighbors. Comment below on your thoughts on, make your own top 10 greatest villains. If you guys, disagree on one of mine, so you think I missed one, also feel free to put it down in the comments, and yeah, this is Daniel Mart, signing off. Oh, and I just want to apologize for the brain fart that I had for about 20 seconds. So, yeah, but whatever. This is Daniel Mart signing off.